Alrighty, now let's check to see if this looks like we're live on there. Alrighty, now let's check. Oops. According to that, we're live, so that's a good sign. So it looks like we are live. That's good. I'll go get this party started. So today we are looking at Stronghold HD, a HD remaster, well, of sorts, of the classic Stronghold. So let's go ahead and jump right in, shall we? And welcome everyone to the live stream.
Times and where the people were all so much friendlier. Oh, and how we feasted and courted the fair maidens as well. Work, of course, sharpening our minds. Making us strong. But mainly, I remember it as a happy time. And then there were the neighbors.
A classic intro to a classic game. I like it. Alright.
Your stronghold awaits you.
So, this game had quite a bit of content to it because there was so much you could do. Because when it came out, it was one of the first games to truly mesh both combat and economy in such a way that... Here's the thing, if you had cut out the combat, you would still have a decent economic game. If you had cut out the economy, you'd still have a decent combat game. Which, the few games that actually tried to be hybrids of that sort of style, of those two styles, so games like the Settlers games and No games, they were great games in their own right, but you kind of needed both elements for them to work. This would work well enough. Both systems would work well enough on their own. And as a good example, let's do a siege map of sorts, which will be purely combat focused as a good way to get started. I think Leeds is a good way to go, so we'll be defending Leeds here. I love how it's also, by the way, filled with historical castles of various types and all that. Because, yeah, these are actual locations, a lot of these, which is a nice historical touch, in my opinion. Anyways, let's go ahead and get started in Leeds. We'll be eliminating all enemy units. My advice, let's release the dogs. The dogs have the advantage of often targeting nearest units, which a lot of times includes siege units, which are vulnerable to melee. So if we can get at least one of these dogs to take out one of these siege units, that would be great. Does not look like it's going to happen, but that still did it. We still did some damage to this catapult here. It's almost taken out. Their swordsmen are still within range of our archers, so... And the catapult is down, the trebuchet not so much, but hey. Well, that's fine. We'll deal with that swordsman there, hopefully. Okay, now they're going to try and send some troops in to dig up the moat, which is going to, of course, take some time and give us a few free shots at them. What's interesting is they've got a load of pikemen, but they're not using them for this role, which pikemen are actually get bonus damage resistance against all ranged attacks, which makes them really useful for the opening phase. Including even fire. They are also resistant to fire more than any other foot unit, if I remember correctly. Okay, now they're starting to send them out. I might actually want to prioritize the crossbows. Alright, they are going into the castle proper itself now. Actually, it's a good idea to get our macemen to fall back, if possible. Nope. But now's the time. Alright, I think we got a good number of them clumped up there, which are going to be slowly but surely losing health. But they are pikemen, so they are going to take a while. Now's the time to activate that. The good news about pitch is it likes to jump to other bits of pitch as well. They have a lot of swordsmen coming in, so we're going to have to keep sending the fires out. Yeah, fire is pretty OP in this game. No, we need that fire on now. Okay, do I have any more guys that have a shot? All right. It's time to get this guy to start pouring his pitch. It looks like they're going to be pushing. Ooh. Where are we going to be? I guess we'll throw it here. Good news is they seem to be mostly... Alright, so I can... It looks like we got them mostly in the bag for the most part, although there's a lot of dudes there I need to get to really quickly. Oh. There we go. Can I get... Nope, I can't. Okay. It was worth a shot. There, we can get these guys a little bit, and the rest of the pikemen coming in. Actually, how are these guys fall... I think I've encountered a small bug of some sort. Oh well. Alright. It looks like... I can move the guy there. Hopefully I can get into a very good kill zone on these swordsmen. And with them out of the way, that should make the job a lot easier. Alright, now it's time to actually get our knights out.
You have something in mind? We shall dispatch them. What needs doing?
set these guys to aggressive stance. That should make it easy to hopefully steamroll what's left. We've got a lot of them there. I think we about got it. We just need to send our cav in to deal with them. There we go, and we should be good. Yes, all that way. That was easy enough. Nathan X 2000 sends for £2. Deus Volt, Brother Ace. Deus Volt indeed. And thank you for the super chat. James Knighton says, "Oh, get Shad on here. He'll enjoy this game." I agree. This is a great game. So that was a pretty good siege and a good show of the fact that this game's military mechanics are pretty good. You don't actually need the economy for the military part of the game to actually work. And like I said, the same is true with the economic side of it as well. I think, however, I was planning on doing a lot of the campaign, so that's a good start. But let's go ahead and jump into the campaign, which I guess does start off slow, admittedly, but I'll get through these first few missions quickly, and then we'll get to some of the fun.
As soon as the king had marched his army into the barbarian homeland, rumors began of a plot to seize the throne. When news came of the king's capture, the country was invaded. Several nobles, including your father, sought to end the bloodshed, but on the way to meet for negotiations, their party was massacred by a band of unknown raiders. Bruised and exhausted, you have been beaten back to a forest on an overlooked peninsula, where a small group of loyal troops are hiding. Although the country is lost, maybe from this refuge, you can at least avenge your father's death.
I say we act now and strike while the iron is hot.
No, 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 no. The few men we have would be cut down like lambs to the slaughter. We need time to gather our forces.
Nonsense. I shall take 6 of my finest men into enemy territory by the cover of darkness and...
No, just listen. Our men are close to starvation. This is what we must do.
The debate rages on well into the night, but eventually Lord Woolsack takes you to one side.
Sir Longarm tells me he knew your father well, which is why I'm giving you your chance to prove yourself. It is time you got your first taste of command.
All right. So I have a comment here from Jason Knighton. Soy cheese, relax. We'll get Arch and Ace this platform and have people hate them forever. Trust me. I get the reference. It's reference to the snake, if I'm not mistaken. Anyways, let's go ahead and jump right in, shall we?
We need you to oversee the setting up of a good-sized base camp. Start by finding a suitable clearing, then use some of the wood plentiful in this area to begin your construction.
So, a simple enough first mission.
Cite your granary sign.
You want to get your keeping granary set up as quickly as possible, but otherwise,
Can't place that there, my lord.
a simple enough mission. All we have to do is just wait until we have enough food and enough wood, and then we got it. I'm pretty sure that in addition to the main military campaign, there's also an economic campaign as well. So this game has 2 full campaigns of sorts. Cheeky Breeky says hello. Hello, Cheeky Breeky. we are having a look at Stronghold HD, the HD remaster of sorts to the original classic that is Stronghold. I might even have a quick look at Stronghold Crusader as well, if it goes well enough, because after all, Stronghold Crusader itself was basically a standalone expansion of this game. But yeah, once we get enough Hunter's Posts, we get 2 more Hunter's Posts, that'll be our current number of peasants. Then we can maybe build a hovel and get some more peasants, if we really feel like it.
A message from your scribe. Scouts are reporting that packs of wolves are closing in on the castle. We must get the supplies stored.
Alright, so we will do this again.
Scribe, animal tracks have been reported in the area, sire.
There's going to be a lot of wood used, but
Wood needed.
This building has no labor, sire.
alright, so this will be... Yeah, once all these buildings get into production, this will be a really quick and fast mission. The fact that the buildings are animated the way they do kind of reminds me, of course, of Settlers 4, and in a pretty good way. Although this isn't as complex economically as Settlers 4, but it's still good on its own.
Our granary stocks are growing, sire.
I think we have close to the amount of food we need. Yep, we already won.
Victory!
Whilst the men frantically ferry precious supplies into the granary, Sir Longarm and Lord Woolsack ride into the camp.
Job well done. Not too bad for your first attempt.
No. The fool has pitched camp in the middle of the wolves' migration track.
Good. It will give the men some well-needed practice before we make our strike.
Oof. Now I have no choice but to send out a scout to find a more permanent position.
Alright.
Day by day, the camp becomes more overwhelmed by the wolves, and their persistent howling robs the men of sleep. The situation is about to get out of hand when Lord Woolsack's scout returns. Soon afterwards, you are summoned into the command tent.
Sir Longarm has convinced me to give you another chance. We have found the remains of an abandoned stockade.
Wolves plague this county every winter. So, we need you to get the stockade back up to scratch quickly.
Failure is not an option this time. Just keep your eyes peeled.
To ensure the safety of your men, you are required to renovate the abandoned stockade before winter is upon us again. Use your archers to kill off any wolves that threaten your peasants.
Cite your granary, sire.
Alright, so in this case, I guess I'll set the granary out here. Get some more woodcutters' huts.
More wood is needed.
Alright, how are we on food?
Growing, sire.
We're good for now. We have plenty of food for now. Now, the objectives are to complete the stockade and acquire enough food. So, the good news is the wolves themselves can actually be dealt with.
Me lord? Leaving now. Moving off.
I should be able to actually garrison that. I'm not sure why not, but okay.
Instructions.
I'll build another gatehouse over here once I have enough wood.
Stamps are too low, sire.
And then my plan after that is to just, of course... Well, first off, I do need food, so I will get that taken care of. Alright. But yeah, the wolves in this game are an absolute menace, too. They can really mess you up. And there's a lot of them. There's some here, there's some here, here, and I think... Nope, there's no wolves there, thankfully, but... I'll go ahead and actually get more of these set down, just so I can get... There we go. Gives me another place to shoot from. Yeah, you make sure also you press space to enter the flat mode like this to know where you have gaps and where you don't. Kind of useful. I mean, you have another mode as well, which is this, which is kind of useful as well, and you can also zoom out, but not really that useful in this map. Alright, so we just need to get more meat.
Our food stocks are dwindling, my liege.
James Knighton says, done kill Team Cassius today. Nice.
Our granary stocks are growing, sire. A message from your scribe. The wolves are on the prowl, sire.
Here they come.
Wolves are attacking, my lord.
So that's one pack of wolves down.
Granary stocks are growing, sire.
Chat disconnected, apparently. Let me... Wonder if I can do this. Yep. Alright, so chat is now back up for me. Let me just refresh this so I can make sure I didn't miss any comments. And that's that mission done. Another very quick and easy mission.
Victorious, sire.
Well, at least you can complete half a task.
Job well done. Now, our men are secure, and we can send a hunting party into the next county to eradicate the wolves for good.
I suppose it must be done. We have to proceed with caution, as that county is close to the enemy's border.
Alright, let's go ahead and get to it.
We need you to train some new recruits in the use of the bow.
The wolves breed in the next county. Find their lairs and wipe them out. It's them or us.
Find a hilltop and fortify yourself there using a mott and bailey.
Duke de Pouce has been patrolling the area of late, so it is vital you are not spotted, as we don't stand a chance against a full assault.
If you see that rat before I do, be sure you slice him open for me.
Construct a Mott and Bailey fortification and strengthen it with some towers. Then start bow production and raise a force of archers with which to eradicate the wolves that run riot there.
Simple enough.
Beside your castle, my liege.
Alright, so it looks like Duke de Pouce is going to show up from down here, according to the signpost. There's wolves there.
Sight your granary, sire.
I'll get the granary going. Same strategy as before.
We'll have to work fast. These wolves are everywhere.
Indeed they are. Now, is there anything else I can build? I don't have enough for a Fletcher's hut yet. So I'm going to have to deal with that soon. Set this to double rations. And get mean taxes out. Actually, we'll set it to high.
Our food stocks are dwindling, my liege.
We're going to need that money quickly, I presume, because I expect us to be fighting these wolves very, very quickly. Now, we're going to need an armory and a Fletcher's hut to actually produce weapons. The armory is itself where you store the weapons. The Fletcher's hut is where you make them. Well, where you make bows, anyways. And once that's done, you then build a barracks to actually recruit units. Now, every one of these woodcutters brings about 12 wood, so we have plenty for that. But we don't have enough yet for another Fletcher hut. We will soon, though.
Not enough work is available to run this building.
And we need a hovel right now. Alright, so this should be... I might actually get some more woodcutters out just for the sake of it. Here and here looks good. Here and here looks good. Cannot afford another get another Fletcher's hut yet, but I will soon. Now my strategy is going to be this. I'm going to get some good old-fashioned arch. I'm going to block this area here, block this area here, which is where the wolves will be attacking us from, I believe. Then I might have a small force here or something to deal with Depus himself. I'm not going to need a proper castle yet, I don't think. It's another one of those. And now is a good time to get that up. You can build 2 archers at a time. I could get some more of these Fletcher's huts up, though. And in a pinch, I'll be able to actually... Here we are.
Needed.
Alright, that should be everything we need. We'll just get another hovel set up, some more food set up, and... there, that should be it as far as our needs economically.
Recruits needed, sire. We await orders. Recruits needed, sire.
Now, let's get our castle walls built up. We can actually build a wooden platform here. We just need a wall to connect it to. So we will do that. And there's our one platform there.
We await order, sir. Depuce's men have arrived. We can't allow them to give away our position. We await orders. Yes.
All right, how many of them they got?
Now.
3 archers. We can take them.
Moving off. We are on our way. Wolves are attacking by notch arrows. Archers, ready. My bow is yours. Finding targets. My lord.
All right, how are we doing on arrows? We have plenty.
Instructions. Leaving now. We await orders. Moving off.
All right, so now we have to deal with some wolves that are over here really quickly.
We are on our way. Take steady aim. A message from your scribe. The wolves are on the prowl, sire. Arrows ready. Archers ready. Notch arrows.
And that wolf pack is down. Okay, I think we can now build a gatehouse up here. So the plan being, we'll wall them off pretty much to where they cannot actually get through. Hopefully that is sufficient.
My bow is yours.
And now it's a simple matter of wiping out the wolves
We await orders.
and getting more troops. And while we are at it, now's a good time to actually get another gatehouse set down, I think. So right.
Our stocks are very low, sire. Our food stocks are dwindling, my liege. We are losing a little money, my liege.
All right, so I just need extra rations instead of double. That should do that.
Me lord, finding targets. Take steady aim. Arrow.
That wolf pack is messed up.
Can't target him, sir.
All right, we'll just move you guys over here. How's our food supply? It's increasing. Excellent. Which means that we can now build I'm hoping this is enough to actually...
Granary stocks are very low, sire.
There we go.
Our food stocks are dwindling.
I'm definitely going to need more food, so let's increase it.
We await orders. Recruits needed, sire. We await orders.
Alright, let's get another few more of those.
Notch arrows. We await orders. Leaving now.
Vittorio Vaglio says, good evening, how are you doing? I'm doing fine. We're playing some Stronghold HD.
Our granary stocks are growing, sire.
Alright, now we've got plenty of food. We can now get back into the thick of things by building a hovel.
That there, my lord.
And from there, get a few more woodcutter or food huts. Hunter's hut, sorry. That was quick.
We are victorious.
Alright. Didn't even have to test out that small fortification I built. That's cool. Anyways.
Fortunately, the rat scouting party did not survive long enough to give away your position. But it is likely that they will be missed before long.
Vittorio Vaglio asks, what do you think of the song Yankee Doodle? Well, it's a classic song from the American Revolution time. Ironically, the British, if I remember correctly, made the song to mock the Americans, but the Americans kind of took the song on as their own. Wacko says, I grew up with Stronghold and Stronghold Crusader, so this is a big nostalgia trip for me. Congrats, thank you, and I'm glad you're enjoying the game.
dispatch arrives from Sir Longarm.
Hopefully, by the time you receive this message, all has gone well, and you have put an end to those irritating wolves. I now ask a favor of you. Begin constructing an outpost on the edge of Duke de Pousse's territory in order to help me better judge the strength of the rat's forces. You must not, under any circumstances, send confirmation of your mission's completion to Lord Wolfsack.
The rat was raised as an only child in lands belonging to the de Pousse family. The Duke showed his mother favor, ensuring that she never paid taxes and always had enough to get by. One day, a messenger came by, and it was revealed that his father was the same Duke de Pousse who his mother had once worked for as a serving wench. Due to an unfortunate accident, the entire de Pousse family had been lost at sea whilst returning from holiday, leaving the rat as next in line to inherit the title of Duke.
Find a suitable location on high ground near the lands belonging to Duke de Pousse and start construction of an outpost. The wooden keep will offer better protection than a simple hall. Take some cattle to breed as the land there suits them well. Do not show yourself to the enemy. But should you be discovered, let none escape to tell. The hills will give your archers an advantage when firing from height.
Alright, so.
It's a keep to site your castle, my liege. Site your granary.
I think I remember this mission. Okay, so let's go ahead and get some of these set up. I need 2 of them. And the rest can be woodcutters' huts. And we need to make sure of it. There we go. There, 6 woodcutters' huts. Enough that will easily guarantee that I'll have enough wood for the foreseeable future. And while we're at it, expand the stockpile. Thinking of potential defenses, I'm thinking if I build a wall here and then another one, say, here, that should be the shortest. Well, no, I'd have to. Okay, so I will have to build walls here, here, and here to basically guarantee that I'll be safe. Because otherwise, I would have to overextend by building over here, and I'd still have to defend this little spot. Or I could build here, here, and here. Which I think I might actually do that. The line of defenses is going to have to be pretty long anyways, from what I'm seeing, though. So that's a problem.
Our granary stocks are growing, sire.
Ah, yes, this particular keep gives you more than normal as far as people to work with. So I will get ourselves some more cows. And I can start construction on the first line of defenses. I'm thinking this will be the... Nah, not really. There. Set it up like so. Okay, we can delete those. Well, we're not getting the resource back. We can live with 2 minus on wood. That first line is now complete. I think for the second line here, we could just rely on a good-fashioned wood platform. So I will build 2 of those. And then finally... Same should be true for the northern position here. I don't think there's any gaps there, so we should be fine. And we now have everything now we can build from here is more good old-fashioned Fletcher's huts, and of course an armory and barracks, and we should be fine. So build the armory. Next woodcutter's hut should give us the supplies we need to actually get ourselves a nice proper... There we go. Nice proper Fletcher's hut, and then we can start building more from there after we get the barracks going, of course. Perfect.
Wood needed.
Not enough workers available to run this building.
Yeah, I'll need...
Not enough workers available.
That's fine, because I'm about to build a hovel. And then from there, we'll build the barracks, and we should be good to go. Just need one more of these woodcutters' huts, and here they come now.
Wood needed.
I think I'll set this right down here. Because I do want the extra pasture fields for the cows for later, potentially. Just in case we need more food. Make sure there's no gaps, and I don't see any potential gaps in these lines.
We await orders.
Now's a good time to get another Fletcher's hut, I think. Having that gap there is going to make it easy for all these guys to, of course, get straight from there to there, so excellent.
We await orders. They've found us, sir. What are your orders?
To arms, obviously. It's a good thing we've got our economy up and now. So, where are they going to send their troops, I wonder?
Archers, ready.
Alright, I'll keep these guys in reserve until I figure out which of the three walls are going for. I'm presuming they'll probably go for the southern wall, but... which they are.
Moving up. We await orders.
Alright, open fire.
War is yours.
And we will repair that. So that is one defensive line set up.
Orders.
Now, let's go ahead and get some more of these Fletcher huts built. How more of these can we have? Huh? We'll get...
Gold needed.
Our treasury is empty.
so we need more gold. That's fine.
Our granary stocks are growing, sir. Our treasury is empty.
I can't pay that.
This economy is going to really start kicking off soon, so...
We await orders. Me lord. We
get
are
a
on
defensive position there.
our are struck down by a strange malady, my lord.
Oh dear, oh dear.
More gold is needed.
stocks grow steadily, sire.
Alright, so once we get another Fletcher's hut going, we should be perfectly good economy-wise. And then from there, it's just another hovel, and we should be fine. Maybe build some more cows just to be safe, and yeah. Okay, we can build it now. Hovel built, and I'm going to want basically 3 more of these cow farms. There we go. All right.
We await orders. Yes, our scouts report another group of the Rats men heading in our direction. Are we ready for them?
We will be soon. Very soon.
We await orders. Archers, ready. Leaving now. We await orders. My boy's yours.
Now, how many peasants do we have total? Guten Trom says, "Good afternoon, sire. Lol, I just did this map. I was literally just playing this. Nice."
The Rats' troops are attacking. We await orders.
So we can build at least 1 more of these farms. Make sure our food production is where it needs to be.
Me lord? Instructions? We await orders. Yes? Archers, ready.
They are going to be in for a very rude awakening when they see the troops we have amassed.
My boy's yours.
So they're still sending troops this way, but which is fine. However,
Me lord?
they just barely reached the walls and died.
We await orders. Instructions?
Yeah, sorry.
Moving up.
There we go.
We await orders. We await orders. Our food stocks are
Alright, it's time to lower the taxes. Otherwise, we are fine, I think.
We await orders.
I mean, how much wood do I have?
We await orders. Yes? We are on our way.
My food stocks are growing, but not by too much, so I could increase them further. Which I will. Right after I build enough cow farms to support that. Assuming I can't. Ooh, I can build one here.
A small group of the Rat soldiers are heading to the castle. We await orders. Archers, ready. Leaving now.
Alright. Gutentrom says, I think you can move your central walls a bit more to the right and shoot them where they spawn. I could actually do that. You're right. What I could do is build
Rats' troops are attacking.
an outpost there and just mess them up right where they stand.
We await orders. My boy's yours. Me lord?
This is going to be hilarious. Jonathan Rodriguez Thomas asks, have you ever considered playing a Total War game? Yes. I've considered, yes, I've actually considered, I might actually do a Ace Impressions video of Warhammer, the latest Warhammer 2 DLC when it comes out. Okay, so how close can we get this? Oh, this is going to be hilarious. This is going to be so cruel. Alright, so I'll build 2 more. And then we will complete our little monstrosity. And show the enemy what actual fear looks like.
We await orders. Instructions. Moving off. Recruits needed.
I do need another hovel though, so...
Wood needed.
Oh.
We await orders. We await orders. We are on our way. Yes? Leaving now. A small group of the rat soldiers are heading to the castle.
Yes, and they are in for a very rude awakening.
We await orders. Archers, ready. Moving off. My boy's yours.
We got 10 guys right up there for now, which is easily going to increase exponentially. And so is the hail of arrows.
Me lord. Instructions. We await orders.
Oops, I actually moved these guys by accident. We'll just put them back where they belong. I mean, not that it matters this much anymore.
Archers, ready.
Oh dear! Okay, that group actually fell back.
My boy's yours. We await orders.
So I do need more food.
We await orders. Me lord. Outlying villagers have seen a band of the rats' troops heading this way. We await orders. Instructions.
James Knight? Okay, so let's see.
Leaving now.
I sent my lord over there? Oops. Thanks for the heads up, Gutentrom. But never mind, okay. And James Knighton says, hey, look, it's soy cheese drones being struck down by logic. Yeah, pretty much.
Orders. Moving off.
20 of them now. Oh, this is going to be just...
The rats' troops are attacking. We are on our way.
that is... Are they even actually going to start marching? Okay.
The enemy are vanquished. The cowards have run, sir. We can't catch them. They'll give us away for sure. Leaving now. We await orders. Instructions.
Well, that was easy.
Victory.
You have boldly beaten back many of the rats' patrols, but a few stragglers have managed to survive the last attack and escape. Although no new orders have been received, you cannot afford to let them reach Duke de Pouce to uncover your location.
Alright, so we're going on the offensive proper. Gutentrom says, yeah, they take about 10 seconds to march after they gather. I found that out as a kid. That's interesting. Well, I know they do, but yeah. I didn't know exactly how long it took.
You continue to chase the retreating survivors deep into the next county, only to lose them in fog by nightfall. Meanwhile,
They have taken out half a dozen patrols and are actually invading one of my counties. What am I supposed to do now?
Stay calm, Depews. Any rebel militia worth their salt fled abroad seasons ago. Your men can take care of a few sniveling outlaws. Why not come deer hunting with me to take your mind off things?
But they're only a stone's throw away from here. I have to do something.
Simply send a small siege force to sever their source of escape.
That's easy for you to say.
Relax. By the time we return from our hunting trip, the problem will have resolved itself. Trust me.
the snake was once made governor to some of the richest provinces in the homeland, where he made an extremely fruitful living from underdeclaring the taxes he collected. But when the king found out, he had him posted here to the new colonies. During one of his first military encounters, he went up against your father, losing an eye to him in combat. On that day, the snake swore he would not rest until the decapitated heads of your entire family were lined up on spikes outside of his keep. Your scouts report that you are trapped without enough supplies to continue, or enough troops to fight your way back. Your only chance is to make your stand here. They have found a strong defensive position on an island in a broad river, and one of your lieutenants has already started building a base. The land around the river is very fertile. Use it to grow some wheat.
Alright, so let's have a look at some of the comments here. James Knighton says, I have a question. Do you think a 40k RPG could work? Examples say that you started a Blood Angels chapter and you go through the tests and so. I think it would be actually rather interesting, and I do think it could work. The big question is, of course, how it could be done. And if you're talking about whether going the CRPG route or an action RPG or something like that. They've been tried before, it's just a matter of truly nailing it. A good example of a game that isn't actually 40k but close but is inspired by it and is a really good action RPG in my opinion is I Divine Cybermancy, if you guys have ever played that. It's made by the same people that made Space Hulk Deathwing, but this is actually much... I mean, Space Hulk Deathwing, in my opinion, is okay, but this is much, much better. Definitely worth trying. Anyways, Gutentrom says, something that I love about old games, the voice acting is great, the graphics suck. Modern games, awesome graphics and awful voice acting. Alright. Anyways, let's go ahead and jump right in, shall we? Now, we actually have wheat, which means we're going to have to go through a lengthy process to actually get us anywhere with it. I don't see anything to be concerned about here unless there's wolves or something. So we might actually build some wheat farms or something over this way. But otherwise, the main strategy is going to be thus. We'll get some wood cutters up and running. I do want to get what buildings I can in the island itself proper. And you'll want at least 3 of these. Plus, we will get a mill and a hovel, and that should have to cover it for now, unfortunately. The main strategy is going to be... But yeah, the main strategy is going to be we'll get some wheat going up as quickly as possible, then we can get some bakeries. And with the bakeries, we should have plenty of food. We can set up to 6 bakeries with this setup right here, easy. Actually, think about it, we also need to expand the stockpile. You have to be careful about kids running past it and all that, but hey. We should now be good for our economy. Once we get the wood. I could actually build one more woodcutter's hut, and I shall. Now from here, we'll build ourselves a Fletcher's hut. We still got plenty of food, so we can actually start our first bakery soon. After we get an armory. Which will also be very quick, hopefully. And now, I think we just need 2 bakeries for now, and then we should be good. That should be a good position for one. Alright, so my main strategy is going to be set up defenses here, here, and here. And then also there. And then if I'm lucky, I can then build more here, 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 and here, basically. I want to make sure that that the areas that they're going to have to cross are in my control. And that's all there really is to it. This looks like a good position for the barracks, I guess, for now.
We await orders. We await orders. Yes?
Alright. I don't think there's a whole lot here that's really necessary, so what I'll mainly do is maybe... I guess I could, in theory, put a gate there. But I'll have wooden platforms here, gate here. Another gatehouse gate here. Maybe there, and then wood platforms here. Obviously, I'll need a gate there. Whole defense and depth thing. Alright, that should be it for the first line of defense.
Archers, ready.
Alright. Now let's get some... That gatehouse pretty much covers the entirety of that area. So we should be good defense-wise there. I cannot see them making through that.
A small group of the rat soldiers are heading to the castle.
How are we doing? We got some goodies.
We await orders. My boy's yours.
I'll send them there for now. And how much wood do we have? We need more. Okay. So let's look at some of the comments here. James Knighton says, action roots mainly, but set before the 13th Black Crusade.
We await orders.
And one of the modes would be Death Watch, so people can do co-op. You know, again, I know I already said this once, but...
They're coming to the ramparts.
I already said this once, but I Divine Cybermancy actually does have a co-op mode. In fact, it has a 32-player co-op mode. Gutentrom says you could probably cheese this map as well. Yeah, I think you could, actually. Especially given that there's going to be siege engines, it's a good idea to do that, in theory. Although the enemy archers are going to actually present a greater threat.
We await orders. Yes.
And that is dealt with. We even have almost enough for another Fletcher's hut. Actually, we do have enough for another Fletcher's hut now. Thank you, game. You're very kind and generous. How are we doing food-wise? We could use another bakery. And we will have another bakery as soon as I get it set up. You know what? That actually does make me wonder, though. How close can I place a gatehouse?
Wood needed.
I need more wood to find out, but once I do, I will. Guten Traum says, with the outpost, yep, that's my plan. So I could set it up here. That would make for an interesting, yeah, little plan. I think it can work. And I do believe this is the only position that they actually come at you from. I don't see any other signposts. So, yeah.
We await orders.
First, let's go ahead and get that second bakery up.
We await orders.
Alright. I don't have access to spearmen yet.
We await orders.
Yeah, spearmen don't come till a later level in this game. I'm gonna need a hovel though, so... Perfect. Oh, we're almost out of money.
No change in the treasury, Lord.
That calls for this.
My liege.
Extra rations.
Alright, so how are we doing on the wood situation? I can build one of these. And then I can build one of these. And that should be our little cheese area here completed. Oh yes, we are good to go.
Archers, ready. Moving off. We await orders. My bow is yours.
Oh, I actually need to finish the wall a little bit more. And finished. Now I can actually build more, and we should be...
We are on our way. A message from the rat.
Prepare to grovel before me in my court. You do not have what it takes to defeat the likes of me.
We will see. I'm sending everything I've got.
We await orders. Archers, ready.
Alright, so I think what I can do is I can build 2 more bakeries once they're ready, once I have enough wood. And then I'll build another Fletcher's hut.
We await orders. The rat's troops are attacking. Me lord?
Oh my, did you walk into an ambush? I mean, there's a lot of them here, so they're still going to mess us up a little bit.
Instructions.
But it looks like we've got the winning...
Held firm.
I don't even think all their troops spawned in yet. That really messed them up.
We await orders.
Wood needed.
Yep, we got wood now. So that is our full supply of bakers. And what else will we be needing, I wonder? Another Fletcher's hut, I believe.
Morning, your lordship. We await orders. Yes? Leaving now. Can't place that there, my lord.
There we go.
Await orders. Archers ready.
Oh, this is going to be beautiful when they decide to attack again. And we got enough wood, we could actually build another post as well. Not quite, but if I expand this a little bit, like so, and then start there. And let's see if we have now enough room.
Wood needed.
Yes. Oh boy, oh boy. Gutentram says, I wish modern games would do the pathing of Stronghold. That would be interesting, yes.
We await orders. My boy's yours. Me lord, we are on our way. We await orders.
Once we get another set of wood, we should be good to go. Whoops, no, get back up here.
Instructions. Leaving now. We await orders. We await orders. Yes. Moving off.
Alright, how much wood do we have? Enough that we can actually go ahead and build another one of these. And maybe, if we get one more set, and we should be soon, I'll build another woodcutter's hut, or not another woodcutter's, but another one of those.
We are on our way. We await orders. My boy's yours.
At this point, I might actually get another wheat farm, because we have plenty of wheat, and then another mill, just so I could get more bakeries. If I really wanted, but actually I'm doing pretty good right now, so... Yeah, this is gonna steamroll them hilariously.
Moving off. We are losing a little money, my liege.
Okay, we're close to finishing this mission. And it's going to be hilarious to watch how the attack of theirs actually goes.
We await
Because I cannot expect it to go well for them.
We are on our way. A message from the rat.
Frightened? The glorious forces of diffuse will brush you aside, as I would brush a fly from my arm.
Sure thing, buddy.
We await orders. Archers ready. We await orders. My boy's yours. Me lord, Leaving now! The rats' troops are attacking.
Oh, look, you brought a whole bunch of engineers this time. Oh, dear. Come on, little spearman. Don't you want to come out and play?
We await orders. Instructions. We have survived the enemy's onslaught. A message from the rat.
My stupid troops won't, didn't follow my foolproof plan.
Oh, that was cruel, and I loved every moment of it.
Fortunately, you have survived the assault, and as luck would have it, taken control of another county. No sooner has the dust of battle settled than a dispatch arrives, summoning you back. You are certain the lords will be pleased with your progress.
You damned fool! What in God's name did you think you were doing?
Well, to be fair, it was I who gave the order to scout further.
Yes, but not even you would be stupid enough to authorize an all-out attack on Depoos.
Meanwhile, the rat receives news of the loss of his county.
I can't believe it. My troops have scattered all over the place. There's nothing I can do. I've lost the county.
Show some backbone. My contingency plan is already in motion. You'll have your county back soon enough. Trust me.
Later, a dispatch arrives from the rat, stating your newly acquired county has been blockaded. As Woolsack reads the letter, you and Sir Longarm look on like a pair of naughty schoolchildren.
Depoos is willing to consider a truce once we withdraw our troops from his county.
Ah, it's a trap. This youngster's father was killed the same way. We should use our momentum for another strike.
No, we don't have the manpower to sustain a full-scale war.
You are dismissed, leaving the lords to discuss the important details of your next mission. Finally, a red-faced Sir Longarm storms out of the room to give you your briefing.
Lord Woolsack, in all his wisdom, wishes you to arrange a truce, but I don't like it. I will lend you my finest mason, so you can prepare yourself for the worst.
Pitch a small camp in an open clearing. Then await Duke Depoos's arrival. Do not bring arms to bear upon him for any reason. To secure our lands, these talks must succeed.
Alright, let's see how this goes, shall we?
Duke Depoos wishes to meet us in this valley surround. It's a trap! Sir Longarm was right!
A trap! Our advance party was mown down like animals. Now, I will give you some new orders. Build a large fortification and prepare your troops for Duke Depoos's arrival. Use the masons I sent with you to quarry stone and build a strong and permanent castle here.
Alright. James Knighton says, how soy cheese sees archers view base. Okay.
Place a keep to site your castle, my liege.
We have a stone keep.
Site your granary, sire.
Let's see, what do we have access to? I could do cheese, I could do wheat, and I could do food. All three are options. Cool. Well, since we are in the opening stages, excuse me, we will go with this. There. I'll get some cheese set up. Actually, I don't even need to set them. Well, I kind of already did, so I might as well make use of that, at least for now. And we'll set up a couple woodcutters' huts.
Can't place that there, my lord.
Okay, it looks like the signpost is there, so we're going... There's two signposts this time. So we are going to need some walls. And apparently I've already set my woodcutters out a little bit too far out. I have a plan, though. And that plan is I'm going to set a line of walls here. Get a gatehouse set up, actually. I should have enough stone as is. That should block that. And they shouldn't be able to get through. All right. James Knighton says, how my chat with soy cheese went. Oh, you actually had a chat with Leaky Cheese. And he says, no, I mean when the intro to the mission. Ah, okay. All right, so we should be good to start our economy at this point. Just need a barracks there. Armory. We already have a supply of arrows.
We await orders.
Careful, they can go through some of those cliffs. Which ones? Okay. I'm thinking they could probably go through here, because that looks like the only real opening. But, just to be safe, we'll cover that as well. That should be everything we need to deal with.
We await orders. My boy's yours. Me lord?
Now, either way, we should have enough archers right at... Gutentrom says there are some hillier terrain which is hard to spot. I can't imagine it being this area. So my guess is it would have to be this bit you're talking about. So they might be able to... they might just barely be able to go through there. And if that's the case, we are going to need some quarries to go. And hovel. And while we're at it, we'll get some more Fletcher's huts. Or we'll get some Fletcher's huts. Perfect. Yeah, I think they can slightly sneak through here, so I will have to be careful about that. Lock the gate and tell my guys to go out. Good idea, actually. You're right.
We await orders.
Okay, so they cannot actually head out from there.
Yes, we are on our way.
So we actually have covered everything, it looks like. That is excellent. Now that we have these, we can build some here.
Can't place that there, my lord.
And we can delete this. So that way, our supplies are now all kept inside and protected. One thing we will want to do eventually is get some cover for the guards here, but that's fine. And also increase food.
Treasury Lord. No change in the Treasury Lord.
James Knighton says, yeah, I had a chat with Leaky Cheese to understand the full context with the arch drama, and he said that the context doesn't matter. Then we went off topic. Yeah.
Cows are struck down by a strange malady, my lord. Archers, ready. Leaving now.
Yeah, Leaky has been fairly dishonest from what I've seen. Like, here's a good example. He'll complain about... Oh, actually, we do need to... Okay, bear deleted. Thank you for reminding me, game. But yeah, as I was going to say, Leaky... Here's a good example. He... If I remember correctly... He was trying to defend... I believe it... forget the guy's name, but he was trying to defend one of his buddies, basically, who was... who tried to call the Norwegian equivalent, essentially, of the FBI on Arch.
Our gold stocks grow steadily, sire.
Because Arch made jokes on his Discord. And here's the thing, right? So he'll go through that. He'll also try to condemn... and when I pressed him on the fact that Major Kill made similar, actually spicier jokes on his Discord, well, he will condemn, in theory, Major Kill for doing the same thing, but he won't call the Norwegian... He won't call the Australian equivalent of the FBI or whatever on Major Kill, which does demonstrate some double standards there. Anyways. Spitfire says context doesn't matter, oh no.
Archers, ready.
Alright, so now's a good time, I think, to actually get our wheat supplies up and running. Once we have enough wood, we'll be able to get 3 wheat farms going. And that should be enough to actually make... Although this close, we might even be able to do fine with just 2. And if we can, then that would be amazing. Because that would mean... That would be a simple matter of...
Food stocks are dwindling, my liege. We await orders. My boy is yours.
Alright. James Knighton says, I was wondering if he was a hypocrite. Yes. And I actually now remember the other guy that he was working with, Art Steventon, who has his own little blog and whatnot. And Art Steventon was the guy that actually called the Norwegian FBI on Arch and refused to do the same thing to Major Kill.
About to retreat, are we? Well, it's no use groveling now.
Gutentrom says, isn't it a crime to try to frame someone for a crime in Norway? It is, actually. And Bubbles actually pointed this out and then archived Art Steventon's little thing there. When Art Steventon tried to delete that, he got a really rude awakening. Thanks to Bubbles. And good work on Bubbles, by the way, for that.
We await orders. We await orders.
Alright. We are running low on food.
Are attacking.
So they have Ladderman.
We are almost out of food. Can't place that there, my lord. Our food stocks are dwindling, my liege. Our gold stocks grow steadily, sire.
A fair tax system all round.
Alright.
Are struck down by a strange malady, my lord.
Well, that's lovely. Just when we need food, no less. Alright, the good news is we can get our bakers up and running, hopefully quickly enough to... There we go. Alright. We can now get ourselves another bakery. And that should fix the food problem for the short term.
We await orders. Yes? We are on our way.
Gutentrom says, or even waste police resources with a vendetta. Yes, it is all. I think it might be a crime for that as well, but I know for a fact the whole false reporting thing, because, like I said, Bubbles pointed that out. James Knighton says, then we went on about the mother of the Primarchs issue and the female Space Marines issue. Yeah.
Outlying villages have seen a band of the rats.
So, what exactly is it, is Leaky Cheese's take on female Space Marines, out of curiosity? James Knighton says, it was a bit of hellhole there, and someone called me a Nazi despite I was born in Germany well after World War II. Yeah, they'll call everyone a Nazi. They called me a Nazi, right? I'm the first Cherokee Nazi, apparently.
Our granary stocks are growing, sire.
I think they called another guy Ludus a Nazi, which is amusing because Ludus is Jewish.
The rats' troops are attacking.
So that's how crazy the Wokehammer community is, unfortunately.
We await orders. My boy's yours. Can't place that there, my lord. We await orders, my lord.
So they have the ladders, but where are these guys going? They probably know something I don't. Or do they? No, they're just forming up for an attack. That absolute chat of a woodcutter just took out a spearman. Nice.
So and most of the other camps.
We await orders. Instructions. Leave it.
Alright. Gutentrom says, I had a fun time once when someone called me a Nazi. 4 cousins of my grandma died in camps back then Yugoslavia. That's unfortunate. I'm sorry to hear that. James the Knighton says to Gutentrom, I'm so sorry for that, man. Yeah, these...
We await orders. We await orders.
Look at how...
Outlying villages have seen a band of the rats' troops heading this way.
They're firing at the wall at point blank. They actually missed! Twice!
The rats' troops are attacking.
Alright, wall defense is improved.
We await orders. Archers, ready. Moving up.
James Knighton says, Also, I'm a Holocaust ambassador as well. Gutentrom says to James Knight, no worries, that happened before I was even born. And also Gutentrom says, I'm pretty sure that's not how you use a mangonel. Correct. However, I'm pretty sure technically these are catapults, but still, that's not how you're supposed to use them. Okay, they actually have dudes going to probably actually make it up the ladders this time. No, they're going to smack the walls rather than actually climb the ladders, which is hilarious.
We await orders.
Oh yeah.
Losing a little money, my liege. Our granary stocks are growing, sire. We await orders.
Oh, a bear. Oh, bear is dead.
We are on our way. Finding targets.
Alright, they've been defeated yet again.
We await orders. Instructions. We await orders. A message from the rat.
Aha! I, the mighty Diffuse, your nemesis, will soon triumph over your so-called army.
Scouts report a large force of the rat's men are marching towards us.
James Knighton says, went to Poland for a day with other ambassadors. Two of them was my sixth form teacher and history buff friend of mine. Okay. Millennium Sword says, more ladders. Yes. And James Knighton says to Gutentrom, oh, Gutentrom says not enough ladders. And James Knighton says to Gutentrom, of course, but she'll never be forgotten. What makes me so angry these days, history should be remembered no matter what. Agreed.
We await orders. Yes? Archers ready. My bow is yours. We await orders, Lord.
I'll actually reposition these guys over here just to increase my firepower where it's needed.
Yes? Leaving now. We await orders. Archers ready. We await orders. My bow is yours. The Lord, moving off. Instructions. We await orders. We await orders. Yes? We are on our way.
Alright, that's that dealt with, and... Is that the final assault?
A message from the rat.
Oh, bother it, and oh, I lost again.
Victory.
It's happened again. It's unbelievable. I'm running out of counties, and they're coming for me next. I'm doomed.
I think I will ride back now for reinforcements.
Oh, ride back. Yeah, wouldn't it be easier to send a message?
Really, there's no need to worry. I'll be back before you know it. So long, my trusted friend. So long.
I have a tale from days long gone of the scrawny rat who told a lie. The rebel saw his plans undone, and arrows rained down from on high. Run, run was his soldier's wail, as death from above continued to hail. For the rat, the end is nigh. On his knees for mercy we'll hear him cry. As bards throughout the land do their level best to undermine the rat's authority, and with Lord Woolsack's judgment questioned, Sir Longarm takes the lead. You soon receive word that the nervous Lord Mannequin has dared to take up arms against the enemy alongside you.
You need to take care of Lord Mannequin. If just one lord arises, they will all rise.
Well, I have to reclaim my counties first, and I still haven't got enough troops, so I was waiting for reinforcements from.
Enough! Lay siege to Lord Mannequin's county, or I'll string you up.
Ah!
In return for your service, I hereby promote you to commander of all rebel troops. You have earned nothing less. Your first urgent task will be to lend aid to Lord Mannequin until the siege on his keep has been lifted. Lord Mannequin is under siege, and it is vital to our cause that his county does not fall. Land by boat with a company of spearmen, and command his garrison to victory. Success here may well spark uprisings from some of the other counties.
Alright, so let's actually have a look at some of the comments again. James Knighton. Anyways, I think Leaky Cheese said that he wants female Space Marines, but I don't want to put words in his mouth, of course. Alright? Also, Gutentrom, he says, I can understand that. Gutentrom says, also going back to the fun stuff, why can't the Wokehammer community be happy with Sisters of Battle? Because the Wokehammer community could never be happy. Like, one of the things I've heard trying to defend the idea of female Space Marines, right, is the argument of, I just want something I can enjoy. And here's the thing, right? And here's the thing I pointed out to the person making this argument. If you already can't enjoy anything at all, not a single piece of entertainment or a single piece of art, that suggests that the problem at that point lies actually with you, because at that point you're the one constant in you not being able to enjoy everything, because obviously nothing is the same, and you can't have everything having something in common, with the exception of that one thing being that the one person dislikes it. So yeah, from a logical standpoint, if you can't... that's the argument I presented to them. And admittedly, it's not an easy thing to say, because you do have to find ways... I think it really is a case of the individual in question just simply needing to improve their attitude, really. Because apparently it was bad enough that it caused friction because they constantly are badgering the people that they are hanging out with on the matter. Anyways, but let's see some more of the comments. With regards to the Sisters of Battle, Gutentrom says they are awesome female fighters, which is true. James Knighton says to Gutentrom, on that we can agree, yep. A Millennium Sword says yes, but they aren't the boys in blue and therefore aren't good enough. Yeah, nothing's ever good enough for the Wokammer community. Gutentrom says to Millennium Sword, fair point. James Knighton says, I would prefer the Silent Sisterhood myself, but that really because I play with them more. Millennium Sword, he says to very true, and indeed. Spitfire 200 says, woke scolds only derive fun from whether or not their ideology is being fulfilled. Yes, unfortunately, I think that is also true. Well, I don't even think that's true, because they're never fully satisfied.
Under attack. Quickly, get the men to the walls.
We're leaving now.
Alright, we'll fall back.
My boy's yours, me lord.
And what else can we do? We need archers.
Orders. Instructions. We await orders, sire. We await orders. Yes. Archers, ready.
Where are we going? Off he goes. Always ready. Ladders away. Push them off.
I think we'll be able to hold just barely, but
Enemy has breached the walls.
While it be.
alright.
My boy's yours. Take steady aim. We have survived the enemy's onslaught.
Alright, so we've beaten them back. We do need a lot of resources to get going, I think, in this mission. We're really going to want some more wheat. And unfortunately, the wheat can only be acquired from down here, if I'm not mistaken. So we will greatly increase our wheat supply. Thinking we'll need at least 3 new wheat farms. And how many bakeries do we have? We don't. So we're going to need some more bakeries. I think 3 will do.
Workers available to run this building.
Hovel. And we will repair the walls. I don't think we actually need any troops up here for the time being, so we will instead focus on repairing what the defenses down here. Alright, there we go. That should hold strong.
We await orders.
Now, we need more of these woodcutter huts. James Knighton says, brothers fall back to the keep. Why, Black Man, why? Okay.
Me lord? Leaving now. Our granary stocks are growing, sire. No change in the treasury, lord.
Alright, so having 3 Fletcher's huts like that should be a good start for us. I know that Crusader, one of the changes it made was it was supposed to greatly increase the rate at which you could
Stone needed.
get more stone. So that would be nice. Millennium Sword says, funny that I have the Stronghold collection sitting on my desk next to me. It is a great series, sure, absolutely. The only one I think is kind of well, I would say Stronghold 3 is iffy. I'm not sure about Crusader 2. I haven't played too much of it to have much of an opinion on Crusader 2. I know Stronghold 2 is decent. Legends is not my cup of tea. I used to really hate Legends, I'll admit, but my attitude towards that has mild a little bit, I think. And Crusader Extreme, that extreme hard mode, basically, is, well, it used to be overpriced extortionately, but nowadays it's, now that you get it with the Crusader expansion for free, it's not bad for what it is. I mean, let's see, I need another Fletcher's hut. In fact, 2 more Fletcher's huts. And then, from there, we'll get another hovel. And another bakery.
We await orders. We await orders. Yes?
We're going to have the archer spam in full force yet again, so archers remain ridiculously effective throughout the game, of course. And the only ones that they're really going to struggle against are, of course, once you get to plate armored troops, at which point you just throw some crossbowmen in and maybe something to deal with the occasional pikeman, but
You again? How did you get in here without me knowing? No matter. I'll send some of my troops to dispatch you.
I have run out of wood, so that ain't a little bit of a strait, but see if I can get, say, another bakery going plus another woodcutter's hut. I think that'll fix the problem. James Knight says, look out, enemies. What, behind the rabbit? It is the rabbit.
Are attacking.
They are actually coming in force again.
Granary stocks are very low, sire. Our food stocks are dwindling, my liege. Our gold stocks grow steadily, sire. Our food stocks are dwindling, my liege.
Normal rations.
You can count on us. Splatters away! Where are we going? Push them off!
So the good news is the AI is going after the wooden structures now, which means that we are free to simply blast away. With relative ease. Especially given they're not even shooting at the stone stuff.
The enemy are vanquished.
Alright. Now, how's our food situation?
Food stocks are dwindling, my liege.
We have 10 peasants. What we need is more of these. At least, I'd say 2 more, so we can then hopefully get our economy going fast enough that we'll be able to get another set of bakers, but for now, we're running fine, I guess.
We await orders. Weapons needed, sire. Archers, ready!
Much closer, and that should go a long way.
We await orders. My bow is yours.
Good. Now, we have 6 peasants left to go with, which means that hopefully all we'll need to really do is just, if we have enough wood to keep these guys running, we'll be able to have a whole bunch of archers. In fact, we already have a decent number. But this should be enough once we get our proper wheat economy going to get another mill set up, and then from there we can set up yet another 6 bakeries, and from there more gold, more food, more archers. Alright. So nothing to do right now but wait a little bit. But we have more archers coming in.
We await orders. We await orders. Leaving now. Our granaries. A message from the rat.
Oh, yes! I bet now you're worried. My Imperial troops will soon be upon you.
Alright. Actually, I could probably just shut this... Oh, actually, I better not.
The rat's troops are attacking. What about a snack, my liege?
So we've been at it for just about 2 hours. Which means that we'll actually be calling it pretty soon, I think. There we go. And now we can get 3 more. Actually, we can get more bakeries up.
A message from the rat.
Not again! I don't believe it! I'm surrounded by idiots! How can you have beaten my troops?
Your popularity is falling. Gold is flowing into the treasury, sire. Are growing, sire. Gold is flowing into the treasury, sire.
Wait, did we just win? I think we did, but it won't let me progress anymore. Alright.
Retire, my...
But yeah, we won that mission, though. I'm pretty sure it said victory at the end. So that's good. Anyways, been at it for 2 hours, so I think that is a good place to call it. In any case, yeah, this has been Ace. Hope to see you guys again soon. Take care. And Ace out. Oh, and wait, let's see. James Knighton says it was called mouse control. Okay. Anyways, but yeah, like I said, this has been Ace. Hope to see you guys again soon. Take care. Ace out.